So I'm kind of just my mind is blown that there's people who've been wasting 5 years and 5 months of my life with irrelevant nonsense, and they're like focused on someone smoking grass when they're little kids. When there's RICO, terrorism, organized crime, attempts of murder, illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution, 5 years and 5 months of witness tampering on a witness, me, who knows about these crimes, repeated threats and intimidation, assault, covert assault. There's IP theft, economic espionage, highly illegal, unethical, inhumane human experimentation with illegal weapons, such as weaponized telepathy, satellite weapons, gamma radiation weapons, implantation weapons, and other weapons. And these guys are focusing on nonsense. I guess trying to psychologically hijack people with stuff that's irrelevant to terrorism in the present and things that threaten humanity. And they're literally just sit around making up stuff, peddling slander. I mean, these guys are literally peddling slander and committing slander with malice, manufacturing evidence repeatedly, and no one is putting these people behind bars. Because not only are they peddling slander and threatening people with slander, and doing large scale witness tampering and large scale blackmail, which is also intimidating and coercing civilian populations. Yeah, they've been intimidating and coercing civilian populations and using and blackmailing people into silence, and even performing large scale witness tampering with new age neurosurgeries to make them forget, as they put it, which is also terrorism. And even threatening people with such. Uh, I'm trying to understand how these people are in prison. They are terrorists. They're turning America into a community of culpable people and maybe even accessories and accomplices if these people are lying for these people. These people are threats to America and they're threats to the globe, the people not arresting these people. I'm kind of fed up with hearing their irrelevant nonsense, uh, especially when there's things that endanger humanity and endanger the globe as well as America involved. How are these people not in prison? And how are these people getting away with repeated accounts of witness tampering and threats daily with their technology? And who is letting terrorists run around America with this advanced technology, such as this synthetic telepathy that they're trying to use for human programming that doesn't work, but it is assault. It can impair people. It can distract attention, focus. It can potentially, cause neurological conditions. It can potentially cause brain cancer, for all you know. They're not just using synthetic telepathy; they're using weaponized neurosurgeries that emit radiation and beams. Which are radiation dispersal devices. They're devices that emit radiation harmful to human life. Not only are they doing that, they also have gamma radiation satellites for cancer treatment, but it's really, a weapon, and they just disguise it as a treatment for cancer when they're really using it to try to cause cancer. Key point. What else are these guys doing? They're also doing large scale blackmail, which is intimidating and coercing civilian populations, large scale bribery, and giving people pretending to be altruistic, pretending to be greater good, but they're really buying support as well as peddling hush money about the severe crimes committed on me and the amount of money that's been stolen from me in the form of compensation for crimes, compensation for experiments, and money they've been making off of my intellectual property, such as induction energy, corporate custom security, and other ideas, borders, paths, etc. My data they've been selling, the worth of my ideas or the potential worth of them. And I was supposed to have this social network to sell them through, and that's what they tried to murder me for, and they've been selling them to this social network illegally, as well as on some platform illegally, and stealing my ideas and selling them on this. So that's a key piece of this. Um, Another piece of this is they're not just doing large scale witness tampering with new age neurosurgeries, blackmail, even bribery may be considered a form of witness tampering if they're saying doing large scale witness tampering with new age neurosurgeries, blackmail, even bribery may be considered a form of witness tampering if they're saying take this or otherwise. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of this hush money can be a form of intimidation depending on how the bribery goes down. But it also may be considered coercing a civilian population if you're peddling hush money on a large scale, which could be considered terrorism as well. But I'm trying to understand how these guys aren't in prison and who is even allowing these people to commit repeated witness tampering and allowing these people to repeatedly commit crimes and who are not arresting these people and who are tampering with a witness who has information about RICO, terrorism, economic espionage, data theft, dissemination of COVID, illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution, a victim of some of this advanced weaponry, such as implantation and implantable devices that they're using for covert witness tampering, that they're using to damage citizens around America and the globe's brains covertly to disrupt memory, thinking, processing information, cognition, things of that nature, which is a threat to the globe and humanity. People need their brains. They need to be able to think. They need to be able to process large amounts of information. They need to be able to remember things and formulate new memories. They need to be able to analyze large amounts of data at times and remember this data. This technology, this implantable weapons, this implantable technology and implantation, where people can covertly put these devices in your brain and body and even manipulate your nervous system and neuromodulate you, is a threat to human life and a threat to humanity. Anyone who doesn't get it may have psychiatric illness, may be being blackmailed, maybe have involvement through blackmail, or may be involved, or more than inhuman stupidity, and the type of stupidity that is unrecognizable of a human, and the type of stupidity that is not only infuriating and aggravating, it's not only scary, but it is also dangerous and endangers humanity and endangers the globe. So someone needs to basically do something, because I'm really getting fed up with saying this daily and really getting fed up with no one doing anything about these people committing repeated accounts of witness tampering and threats, and also these kids involved in this RICO and not arresting these kids involved in RICO and freezing and seizing their assets and putting criminals and thugs and mafias in prison where they belong, especially these kids trying to win their cognitive behavioral loop bet and whatever other bullshit these weirdos are doing besides witness tampering and repeated threats and intimidation, daily IP theft and more. When are these thugs and criminals and threats to humanity and human life going to prison? And quit falling for their nonsense, their little masks they wear, their greater good mask, their freedom fighter mask, their altruism mask, this and that. No, remove the mask, you'll see threat to humanity. Enough nonsense and enough bullshit and enough of these confidence men and swindlers with their technology and taking advantage of people with the novelty of their tech and taking advantage of people who aren't very educated or don't or have poor analytical skills. Maybe they're educated but poor analytical skills, who are relying on information that they don't even authenticate. This technology they don't even know how to authenticate. They don't even know how to authenticate their readings on their computer. They don't even know how to authenticate what they're seeing, and then they're relying on people. They're relying on people to authenticate such who have more than conflicts of interest, such as multi-trillion-dollar lawsuits, life in prison, and the death penalty. If you're relying on those people and you don't even see why that's a danger, that's evidence of poor analytical skills, and maybe even more than inhuman stupidity. Someone needs to do something. I'm more than infuriated now. I'm getting fed up with these kids threatening me and harassing me every second of the day. How are they not behind bars? I'm Alexander Surya Jayani, born June 5th, 1984. It's 12/16, July 31st. I don't know what to say anymore. These crimes are still being committed. They should go to prison. This is ridiculous. And it's more than infuriating. And the stupidity involved with this is more than infuriating. If people don't see that these kids manufacturing these implantable devices for covert witness tampering are more than desperate, and you're not seeing the huge red flag and the red alerts flashing, we got a problem in America. We got a problem around the globe. Praise Jesus.